Wonderful. And welcome to Let's Chat MetaPWR. In this edition, we have Stephanie Calderon joining us from California. Hi, Stephanie.
Hello.
Thank you so much. We can't wait to hear your MetaPWR journey. Before we do, I'll just quickly do a little overview of what is MetaPWR. We've got a couple of people watching this live. Thank you for joining us. And we've got people watching the replay. Thanks for taking the time. And some of you may be on MetaPWR and loving it already. Some of you may be thinking, is this for me? What is it? You know, just dipping your toe in and seeing what it's about. So quick overview. We've got the MetaPWR blend. And I've just added this to my water actually. So 1 drop in a glass of water, or even better, a water bottle that you can shake and sip. If you're using it in your water, make sure you stir it so it doesn't just stay on the surface of the water. This is going to be beautiful for you to help with focus and keep your energy uplifted throughout the day. So I put it in my water for our MetaPWR chat tonight, so I can take in all your info, Stephanie. So the oil blend is the basis of everything in the MetaPWR collection. So then we also have it as the base of the collagen. So this is called the Advantage. Here in Australia, our formulation is a little different to what, say, Stephanie's having in the US, but it's parallel in what it does. So the collagen, again, my little tip is personally, I have it in 1/4 of a glass of water, so I can just shot glass it down and I stir it with one of these, you know, these fun little milk frother things. Can you see that in my video? And it just stirs it through so well, so you don't get stuck on the sides. So I have that first thing in the morning. We'll hear from Stephanie how she has hers. And then we've got the MetaPWR Assist, which is a capsule that we can take. It's got the berberine and the mulberry leaf extract. It's going to help regulate our blood sugar levels. That's what we get in Australia. We also luckily have access to the full range in America. So you guys have soft gels, the chewing gum and beadlets as well. Hey, that's for convenience. But I'm going to hand over to Stephanie. First of all, I'd love you to share your story. Why did you start with MetaPWR? What caught your interest? And everyone on the Zoom, please feel free to add any questions in the chat. But yes, Stephanie, tell us, take it away. Tell us what's got you started.
Sure. So I want to say that I'm going to be very real, honest, and open because I'm American and that's what we do. We just tell it like it is. But I wanted to say part of my story does have just any sort of triggers for, I did struggle with an eating disorder. So if that's really triggering for you, I just want to preface it that if you need to mute it or whatever right now, excuse my family hopping in right now in the background. But I've struggled with an eating disorder for most of my teenage years and most of my adult life. And I have 2 daughters, and I knew like I needed to mentally get a hold of myself. And so I took those steps, but I still struggled on the inside. You know, I acted like I was confident, I acted like I felt like I was beautiful. I acted like I told everybody, oh, I just want to be healthy. But really on the inside, I was dying to be thin, just to be honest with you. And I have 2 daughters, and then 2.5 years ago, I gave birth as a surrogate mother. And so I actually had to be on hormones, and I could not get the weight off. Like with my girls, I left the hospital wearing my pre-pregnancy clothes. And with this baby, it just stayed and stayed. So my self-esteem was hitting an all-time low. And that's when I went to the dōTerra convention and they announced the MetaPWR products. And the word that came to my mind is hope. I had hope again because I knew that there was something else going on. I was doing everything else right. I eat a plant-based diet. I don't eat sugar at all. I don't consume caffeine. I'm very conscious of what I eat, but there needed to be some healing in my body from decades of struggling with an eating disorder, then the artificial hormones. And then I'm 41 now, ladies. So like, it was all catching up with me and I needed to bring healing to my body. And so the words healing and hope just kept running through my mind when they announced MetaPWR.
Oh, it's so beautiful to hear the truth of your story. Thank you for sharing that. And so would you say this was almost the missing piece of the puzzle?
Yeah, I knew there had to be something else. It didn't make sense. I work out 5 days a week. I'm very conscious of what I eat, but it just wasn't working for me. All my old tricks and tips to get it off were not working. And like I said, I just think decades of yo-yo dieting and starving myself and excessively working out, they just caught up with me and my body needed to be healed. So this was the missing piece that I needed.
Can you tell us, what did you notice then, Stephanie? What were some of the first things that you noticed in changes once you started on it?
Yeah, I first want to really address the emotional thing behind it of you've got to have the right mindset, because when you're on a journey of anything, we always want quick fixes. And if you don't have your head that I'm bringing healing to my body from the inside out, because I'll be honest with you, the first 3 months, I only lost 5 pounds. And dōTerra is very quick to say, this is not a weight loss product. This is a metabolic healing product, but the side effect can be weight loss. But I wanted weight loss. I wanted to get those pounds off. So I was a little discouraged with 5 pounds gone, but I had lost 12 inches. So that's one big thing I want to say. You need to measure it in multiple ways. So I weigh myself every day and I changed my mindset on that. It's not because I've been good or bad. It's a number to give me data to measure the journey that I'm on. Then I also measure with a measuring tape once a week. Those are the 2 like numerical things that I kept track of. So in the first 3 months, I dropped 5 pounds. I don't know what that is in kilograms. I'm so sorry. Or stones, or I don't know how you guys do it. And then the 12 inches is what I lost. And then, but I stuck to my thing of hope and healing, hope and healing, hope and healing. And when I was using those as a matrix, I realized as much as I was eating healthy, I was still overeating on healthy things, if that makes sense. And so when I dialed it back and went to a meal plan, then I started to see even more results. And so that's another message. If somebody in your life is like wanting some quick fix that they think they can consume, like a large pizza for every meal and never move off the couch, and then you just take this capsule and voila, it's not. It's hope and healing for your body, and it's a tool to help you accomplish your goals. But now total, I have lost 20 pounds and 37 inches on my MetaPWR journey. But the biggest thing is it's taught me is it, again, that hope and healing. Like, don't give up. Take those small steps. Use the tools that come from nature and the beautiful company of dōTerra has provided for us.
And how did that feel to lose that weight and also have that, inside of the hope and healing? What did your energy feel like? What changes did you notice, emotionally, maybe even mentally?
It took me leaps and bounds, and I'll be honest, I've actually gained some of the weight back. I've not gained any of the inches back, but I have gained some of the weight back. So I'm trying to figure that out now, but it really gave me a metric to pay attention to it in a healthy way. Everything else I had done was just a punishment for my body. I'm bad. I don't deserve to eat that. I'm not good enough to eat that. Instead, this is, I am so worthy of being the healthiest version of myself that I'm going to take these steps. I'm going to stay on this path. I'm going to figure it out. So it really did a huge shift in my mindset. And I can say for the first time in 41 years of being on this planet, I'm really proud of myself.
Oh, that touches your heart. And you've got a lot of support here in the chat, if you want to take a moment to read them. I wanted to ask, how did you make it a habit? Was it easy for you to just, implement these new things alongside what you're already doing and create a daily habit? Or was it something that you had to navigate through? Talk us through that as well.
I'm incredibly stubborn. So when I decide to do something, I just do it. But I do teach setting yourself up for success. So I had to be realistic in what I was doing. So in this particular time in my life, I've actually done dōTerra full time for the past, oh gracious, now 10 years. But we were transitioning to moving to California. If you know anything about California, it's incredibly expensive here. Our living expenses went up by 7 times from where we were formerly living. So I took a nanny position because that's what one of my former jobs, I used to be a nanny before dōTerra. And I worked 10-hour days and I was gone for 12 hours, sometimes 16 hours a day, because I'd have to go directly to other things. So I had to set myself up for success. And so that meant being realistic about where I was at. So for me, I would have to, the night before, pack my breakfast and my lunch. And then I had my, I use the beadlets. I don't think you guys have access to them, but the oil is the same thing. I had one in my lunchbox. And then I would pack my MetaPWR Advantage in my lunchbox so that I could eat or drink that after I worked out. So I set up patterns based on what my life was like. And that's what I still do. I keep the beadlets in my purse. They go with me so that no matter what, it's still a part of my habit. I also believe in habit stacking. So I would work out and then I would have my breakfast and then my MetaPWR Advantage. And so I have it stacked. It came one after another. And then it became very easy to stick to that habit for me.
Thank you. And can I ask a question about, if someone's starting MetaPWR and they have an intention and they want this certain outcome and it doesn't happen, what would you say in that scenario that they could, how could they frame how their experience with MetaPWR perhaps?
Sure. So what really helped me too is learning more about the product. When I learned more about the MetaPWR Advantage, and I know Anna and I were talking that your formulation is slightly different than ours, but when I learned about some of the additional ingredients and then the 9 strands of collagen in it, to me, it went past losing the weight. It was, this is essential for my body for health. So I really encourage you, dig down, learn what is in those products and how they're beneficial to your health. And let that sink in. So for me, my husband is not on a weight loss journey. My husband does not need to lose weight. He's always been super lean. But he takes the MetaPWR Advantage because of his focus. It gives him incredible energy and focus. He has ADD. And so that really helps him hone in. So look and pay attention. And that's why I encourage you to pay attention to not just inches lost, weight loss, but are you sleeping better? Are you noticing less aches and pains? Is your skin clearing up? There's so many different signs besides just a number on the scale when we learn to pay attention to our body. Care about yourself enough to really start tuning in. Like if your mother is in here, you know how we can know what's going on with our kids. Be that in tune with your body. Like honor yourself enough to be that in tune and start paying attention to the other things. But the biggest thing too is learn those ingredients. You'll be blown away and it will become so much more to you than just a weight loss journey.
Thank you. I'm just putting a link in the chat and I'll also do it under the recording of the training. So it's a great place to learn more about the ingredients of the product. Thank you. That's a great tip. And I want to open up to questions in a moment, but I'd love to ask you about the 30-day challenge that you have in your team. Can you talk us a little bit about that and what that's been like as well?
Sure. So I knew I'm all about community, and it can feel really, really lonely sometimes when you're making changes to your health and you're the weird one mixing things in your water, dropping oils down. And then I also, again, it has to be coupled with healthy eating habits and exercise. And so my dōTerra team, we created a 30-day challenge that dōTerra has it created. What we do, a private Facebook group that people can opt into. And we're basically challenging them, stick to it for 30 days. So we have daily posts and tips. We may share recipes of something that really sparked us. I'm huge into exercise. So I usually check in and be like, hey, what did you do to move your body today? But we also have like countdowns to help them get prepared. Like, does everybody have their products organized? How do they have it ready to go? Do you have your, you know, your water bottles? Do you have your journal so that you can be journaling through some of these things? Do you have some support, you know, and we have it all set up. So it is, creates this really fun, engaging community. And then everybody that participates by just commenting on our posts throughout the week, on Fridays, we do a wheel of names where we draw a winner and they get a fun prize just for being there, just for participating, just for being a part of the group. It's to keep it very uplifting and encouraging.
I think you're on the point there with when you're starting a new habit or a new healthy lifestyle, to do it together makes all the difference. You've got that accountability and you can't just, you know, go, oh, I won't do that today. Yeah, it's very good.
So very, very quickly, I will do a little overview of the products so you can understand. So all of the MetaPWR products have the MetaPWR blend inside of them. The MetaPWR blend is a blend of essential oils that do several things for your body. One, it stops cravings for carbohydrates or sugars. It helps give you energy, and it helps, you know, suppress your appetite in a healthy way. So all of them have that in it. Okay. So for me, I use whatever form of the oil that you can in between my meals to keep me going, to keep me, keep that energy up, to keep me motivated. It also helps with your mood, because I don't know about you, but I feel sorry for myself sometimes. Like, why can't I eat a large pizza and not gain any weight, but she can, and it's not fair. And so I go into this victim mindset. I don't want to be there. That doesn't help us, sisters. That doesn't help us at all. So the oil does so many different things. Then the collagen is a must, in my opinion. If you, some people are like super dosers, they take 2 a day. I just take 1 a day. I take it in the morning. My husband takes it in the morning. So what that is going to do is it is going to help your body start that collagen production again. Like, you're producing it, but it's significantly declined as you're entering into middle age. So what that means for you is collagen is what is literally kind of the formation of the connective tissue. So that's, as we age, we start getting aches in our joints and things. Collagen also helps with brain function and clarity of thought. That's why we start to get more of that brain fog and things like that. It's not just for skin beauty, even though that is a side effect of it. So that to me isn't a must-have. So the collagen in the morning, the oil in between meals, and then I take the assist. I can't remember. Anna, you guys have the assist, right? Okay, so the assist, what that is that's an herb form. So what it is it kind of tricks your body into thinking simple carbs are complex carbs. And what that does is that slows it down, because when you are consuming carbohydrates, it's a fast burn in your body. So it's literally, imagine you're driving along and you're going as fast as possible, and then you slam on your brakes. That's what happens in our body when we eat something like that. Then we have that crash, and then we eat. Your car is going to wear out. And if you keep doing that to your body is going to wear out. So the assist keeps it on an even level. So if you're looking at your plate and there's lots of green leafy vegetables and a protein source, you may need one. Or you may not need any of them if you're at your healthy weight or you don't have sugar issues. But if you're looking at your plate and there's lots of fried food, lots of sweets, not a lot of greens, then you definitely need an assist about 10 to 15 minutes before your meal. So I know that was a long explanation. I hope that was helpful. So again, MetaPWR Advantage, oil in between the meals, and the assist about 15 minutes between your most carb heavy meal. Really, the foundational thing that I have learned through my journey is to be kinder to our bodies. Like, put in the good that you know that your body needs, and then give your body time, space to do what it needs to do. It wants to function optimally. It wants to be healthy. Give it the tools without so much expectation on it. Like, I know that seems sort of weird to talk to yourself like you're a separate entity, but I think, like, how would I talk to my girls if I saw them like giving their body the tools and they were doing the things that they needed to do, but they weren't quite getting the outcome? I wouldn't be like, you're so dumb. What's wrong with you? Like, I would be like, you're doing it. Just keep going. Just keep going. And so just give yourself that same kindness and grace on this journey, and just keep giving your body the tools that it needs.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Everyone's loving on that. A bit more kindness to ourselves in general, hey? Stephanie, let's finish up with your story that stood out to me. It was you're wanting to hike, and come on, fill in the story.
Sure. So my family and I, we've actually spent the past 6 years living in an RV, traveling all over the United States, homeschooling our girls, living hands-on, having experiences, and we're avid hikers. And my husband, like I said, has always been super lean, and I'm the one that works out consistently and watches what I eat. He never does, but he could always hike up these mountains, like a freaking mountain go. And I'm like, and then we have a friend who's in the Navy who was always like, and there I'm back there, but I was not going to admit that I was struggling. There's this one particular hike that it's one of the steepest hikes in Southern California. And I had attempted it, and my girls were like not having it. And be honest, I kind of used them as an excuse to turn back around because I couldn't do it. And I hate to admit that. So I'm like, well, the girls are whining. This is just being miserable. I'm just going to take them back. Like, so then right after I gave birth, about when I was cleared to exercise again, we attempted the hike again, and I made it up, but it was challenging. And then after being on MetaPWR again, for a while, I attempted that hike, and I didn't just attempt it, I crushed it. Like, I could not believe that we made it to the top. I was not winded. I was not out of breath. And I got there and I started crying. And I thought, this is what it's about. Hope and healing from my body. It's not even the numbers on the scale. It's about, I hiked that mountain with my family and I got to the top. And so what is your mountain today? Like, what are you wanting to accomplish? Give yourself permission to keep going for it, keep trying. And I know that all of you can be successful in it, and I will be cheering you on every step of the way.
Oh, that is so empowering. We're going to finish it there because I'm on that mountain summit with you all right now. I hope you're all feeling inspired and re-energized from Stephanie.